In January 2023, at Eglin Air Force Base off the coast of Florida, at the training range, a military pilot claimed to have seen a UFO. Matt Gates talked about this story at the July 2023 UAP congressional hearings. Well, AARO, the All-Domain Anomalous Resolution Office, the Pentagon's Office to Study UFOs, has released a report on this particular event. Let's take a closer look and see what they determine what this object is, or at least what they think it is. If you're new to the channel, y'all, and you like content like this, please hit that subscribe button. I put out a new video every day, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. I do not miss a day. And please hit that like button, vetters. That really helps out the videos. So thank y'all so much for the support there. And of course, comment down below. What do you think of these results? I guess we'll call them from AARO. And is it still a UFO? Let's dive in. All right, so the first thing we're going to look at is their post. They tweeted out, today AARO released its resolution for the case known as the Eglin UAP. It presents AARO's analysis of a January 2023 event reported by a military pilot operating in the Eglin Air Force Base training range off the coast of Florida. And then it gives a little link, which we're going to get to. But first, what I'm going to do is play y'all a little clip, right? This is from Dan Warren, and he's going to give us kind of a little refresher of the Eglin Air Force Base case. Let's listen in.
A U.S. Air Force fighter pilot encounters 4 UFOs over the Gulf of Mexico on January 26, 2023. And the public wouldn't know about it if Representative Matt Gates hadn't brought it to our attention during the last congressional hearing.
My office received a protected disclosure from Eglin Air Force Base indicating that there was a UAP incident that required my attention. I sought a briefing regarding that episode and brought with me Congressman Burchett and Congresswoman Luna.
And clearly, the leadership at Eglin Air Force Base didn't want this encounter brought to Gates' attention either.
We were not afforded access to all of the flight crew. And initially, we were not afforded access to images and to radar. Thereafter, we had a bit of a discussion about how authorities flow in the United States of America, and we did see the image. And we did meet with one member of the flight crew who took the image.
But thanks to a FOIA request by A-Boss, we now know more about the object that the pilot saw, including a sketch of it. The UAP is said to resemble an Apollo spacecraft in size and its conical shape, with the upper section being composed of gunmetal gray segmented panels, and with the lower section having an orange-reddish glowing bottom. The pilot noted that no traditional means of propulsion were observed, but a potential clue about how it moved may be related to the fact that it made no smoke and it made the air around it blurry. The description of the UAP that the pilot saw bears a striking resemblance to this UAP that was captured in 2019 on the 4th of July in the skies of Albuquerque, New Mexico. Not only does it physically fit the description that the pilot gave of the object he saw over the Gulf of Mexico, but it was also reported to have some kind of field around it that was fuzzy but close to the object. Another similarity is that both of these objects had images captured of them by manual means only, because both witnesses didn't have advanced data acquisition systems at their disposal. Because one was just a civilian, so all he had available was his smartphone, and the pilot, his advanced data collection system was disabled as he approached the mystery object. And although the pilot was able to see and later sketch the object, it wasn't alone. It was one of 4 objects that were observed to be in a diamond formation. But the other 3 objects were only detectable on radar, not by the pilot's eyes, which means that they were displaying the 4th observable, low observability. And thanks to a little help from John Greenwald of the Black Vault, more FOIAs have been filed on this case. So let's hope that we get to observe this UFO for ourselves in the near future. And shout out to the dude that posted this UFO report on Twitter. I couldn't find your post, but I thank you very much.
Great job, Dan. Great explanation. So now we can kind of know what that event was about, what's going on, right? Very interesting, right? He saw more than one. And let's be honest, that UFO sighting is exactly like Jeremy Corbell and Dave Foley's as well. Just saying. That is interesting. But here it is, right? So we've got there cleared for publication, April 18th, 2024, Department of Defense, Office of Pre-Publication and Security Review, Eglin UAP Case resolution, October 14th, 2023. Right? So, case essentials, right? Again, I'll put links to this. Y'all can check it out for yourselves. Military pilot reported the object due to its potential as a flight safety hazard and an incursion into a sensitive training range near Eglin Air Force Base, Florida, January 26, 2023. Altitude 16,000 feet. Shape rounded cone. Reporter, military personnel. Sensor, electro-optical, infrared, visual identification, and radar. Behavior, no confirmed anomalous behavior. Case study. Case status. Resolved. Very likely a lighter than air object such as a large commercial lighting balloon. Moderate. You're telling me that this pilot confused a commercial lighting balloon for this object at 16,000 feet and saw multiple objects? So there's multiple lighting balloons up there? This doesn't make any sense. If you ask me, another balloon. It's got to be a joke at this point, right? Let's get down to some of these photos. So, comparison of reported UAP, an infrared image of reported object. Electro-optical image of reported object. I mean, this doesn't even look the same. Image of a commercial LTA lighting system. What? I mean, how does that even... I guess a little bit. But why doesn't this doesn't match at all? Right? And this is what the pilot drew again, right? I mean, this looks like the Millennium Falcon, right? He could see edges. He could see a different... It's just not even close. Right? So this is what they... This is the amount of detail they're putting into these cases. Now, granted, they did set up this light, take a picture, I guess, or they got it from somewhere else. I don't know if this is AARO's garage, if this is where they're running experiments, right here. I'm not sure. But, you know, that's the picture of the object, right? I don't know. That doesn't look like anything. That just doesn't look like any of this, right? Now, the infrared image looks much different than the electro-optical image. So, right? I don't know. Just, you know, look, there's a lot of information in here that you feel free to go through, see what y'all think. But here we go. Let's read this. Though the onboard radar system, the pilot initially observed that the four objects were aloft between 16 and 18,000 feet and appeared to be flying in formation. They're flying in formation. They're not lighting balloons. However, the pilot observed only one of the four objects visually and captured two images of the single object via the aircraft's electro-optical infrared sensors. The pilot could not record video of the event because the aircraft's video recording equipment was inoperable prior to and during the aircraft's flight. The pilot observed the single object aloft at 16,000 feet. So, right, these are images taken by the pilot here, right? Now, is that supposed to be that? I mean, look how much oval shape this is, whereas this is perfectly rounded. Right? This is more perfectly round. I just don't think that's it. You don't see any sort of tether coming off. I mean, I just don't buy it. And this isn't uniformed right here, whereas this is uniform. You can just see that contrast between, sorry, you're not seeing that. You can't see, you know, that contrast between this line, the white and the black. Look how smooth that is, right? And up here, this is just not smooth. Like, it's just not the same. That's not the same object. Right, this A and C is not the same, in my opinion. These two match, right? You can clearly see the pattern it has. Now, I guess he's shaping that right there, right? So it's kind of like the object is facing him like this. So the way you're looking at this screen right now, that's how the object was facing him. It's not like it was like this flying, right? It was like this. So flying in formation, which is interesting, right? It's flying like this, like upright, if you were to look at that, right? This looks like the top of the Millennium Falcon here. It'd be like the Millennium Falcon turned on its side and flew, I guess, which is interesting. So I don't know. I'm curious what everyone's thinking about this. I mean, look, I'll be honest. Just hearing balloons, everything just gets tracked back to a balloon. And look, here real quick. Confidence level moderate. They're not even that confident that that's what it is. Why would they put resolved then? You know, they're moderately confident. I don't know. I don't buy it, y'all. I don't buy that. I'm not saying it's an alien spacecraft. I'm just saying I don't buy that explanation. So I think it's okay sometimes to leave stuff you don't know. If you're not sure, you're not resolved. If it's not 100% confident, I don't see what the point is. Right? What are we doing? What are we doing? I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. All right, y'all. Leave your comments down below and, have at it. What do y'all think? Eglin Air Force Base. Their explanation doesn't account for the other objects and the pilot. Like, again, context is important both ways. On the skeptical side and the believing side, you have to take in all the context. In this particular case, I think I'm not saying it's alien. I'm just saying it's definitely not that balloon, in my opinion. And they're not even sure, right? But again, taking all the context into consideration would be nice. So, all right, y'all. We'll see you on tomorrow's video. Remember, every day's a gift.